What's going on, family? What's going on? What's going down? What's shaking? Welcome to another episode of Super Black Comic Book Reviews by Jonathan Soul. Now, I got a groovy comic graphic novel that I want to present to y'all this evening. It is a really groovy Cyberpunk by Daniel Velez and Sean Stevens. It's called Read a Cyberpunk Fairytale. Now, I bought this book several years back. They had a Kickstarter, I think, in 2014, something like that, back in the day. And this had come and gone before I heard about it. I think maybe before I started doing comic book reviews. But I found it. I thought it was groovy, and I bought the book. And so, and it was sent from like a home address. So, you know, I don't know if they got a whole bunch of books in the crib or whatever. But I believe they're still sending books out. I can't promise because I bought this a couple years ago. What is the book about? The book is about a couple of different lives that are kind of weaving in and out. But basically, we're going to come in where it talks about a couple in the beginning who's having some beef. And the dancer is, you know, working at this club of her ex-boyfriends that caused some beef. Okay, boom. And then the other one is this badass bodyguard that's protecting this executive for like a multinational pharmaceutical marketing company. You say, that's a lot. Well, I think the reason why it's considered cyberpunk is because we're talking about a dystopic future with a lot of technology, you know, kind of a thing. So I think that's the difference between that and maybe, I don't know, you know, a future where, you know, we're just kind of grinding in the dirt or whatever. So let's get into it, okay? Read a cyberpunk. Now, the art has a very 90s feel to it. A very 90s feel to it. All right. I love buying books with the signatures in there. All right. So we start out, and this does have some. I'm not gonna say social commentary, but it definitely has some political. Maybe not. I think I think this is a perfect example of art reflecting society. All right, so these guys are the police, 85. Oh, we got this couple, they're beefing. Like I told you before, she was a dancer, and they needed some money. Dude lost his job. And, you know, so couples do that. You know, most of the time when people break up, especially in marriage, it's because of money. All right, so anyway, so down here, they're starting to, you know, to argue a little bit. You know, and then this officer is like, hey, you know, we got a volatile behavior patterns, blah, blah, blah. Let me see your ID. Hey, officer, everything's okay. You know, we'll just be out of your hair. We're just talking. Stop resisting, you know, kind of a thing. So so that's the way the book starts out. Okay. All right. And so then we switch. There's a there's a radio call that there's a bioterrorism attack at a mall downtown. So the cops go in there. So you kind of get some of the intrigue that's building up in this. Okay, we're gonna switch to a kind of Alex Jones kind of vibe where these people are doing a report and they're very pro cop. Like I said, Alex Jones kind of vibe. We're gonna go a little deeper, and this is where we get introduced to Red. So these two executives are sitting back talking. I guess that's his, you know, part-time girlfriend or whatever. In Red, which is interesting character design. It definitely looks like Little Red Riding Hood. You know, they're talking shit or whatever. And then they have this terrorist group that was mentioned in the little Alex Jones report here called, let me see, it's called Lords of the Fourth Order. And so, let's see, it says, we aim to, let's see, they claim to, according to their offensive video statement, they declared war on what they claim is our nation's addiction to empire and materialism. So, you know, when I say it has a little bit of a political, social commentary vibration going on, you see I'm not bullshitting. So these guys, apparently, they recruit people from the destitute part of society, these lords of the fourth order, drug them up, put guns in their hands, and send them to take away, to attack targets. Okay, they're talking about so here is like a new pharmaceutical drug coming out. His boys, this corporate guy is trying to get the rock and roll guy to be a front man for the ad campaign. And then, the two guards are outside the room. These Lord guys attack kamikaze style. And then we see Red hop into action. And again, remember when I said this has a 90s kind of feel to it? It definitely does. The artwork has that almost an animated, flavor to it. And so she commences to kicking some serious ass. So you can see from the artwork that this isn't for children. And plus, the story and all that kind of stuff would probably, wouldn't catch children's interest. And so there's a couple of different battles like this that we could go into. I'll show you a little bit. And it goes on for several pages. So if you're a person that likes action and you like a woman protagonist, this is definitely something that you'll enjoy. So there's other stories that happen in here, and then they kind of bring out the narrative a little more. This is only volume 1. And so I hope that they come out with a volume 2. It's been a minute, though. Here we go. First printing 2014. So I'll probably reach out to these guys and see if they can come onto the program and see what the status is, because maybe they're still working on it. Who knows? A lot of the people I'm talking to, they got full-time gigs, and so they're working a full-time gig. They got a family, and then they're trying to do this at night, much like I am with these comic book reviews and stuff and everything. So yeah, so that's what's going on. I think you guys should reach out to them and see if they're still selling it, and if so, I think you should definitely add it to your collection. In the future, everyone is afraid of the big bad wolf, except her. All right. Okay, this is Jonathan Soul, jonathansoul.com. By the way, here's the website. It's redcomicbook.com. redcomicbook.com. All right. So you can go here, click on buy a graphic novel. Actually, you know what? Since it's been so long, I would probably try to reach out to the dudes on social media. And let's see here. Maybe they have a presence on social media. And at least you can do this contact form and see if they're actually still selling it. Because I haven't seen any new activity on the site in a while. And see what's going on. But these are the two brothers who put this together. All right. They actually wrote it and did the artwork for it. All right. If you want to support the program, 2 things you can do. You go to jonathansoul.com and you can see all of my other, I put all my content aggregated in this site. Click on the podcast link and then you'll see, where I interview folks. I do 2 podcasts. One where I interview creators, writers in this comic book space. And then I do another podcast called Nonfiction where I just talk about the news. And so here it's a couple from Trinidad and Tobago did a terrific comic called Self-Lux, and they're working on animation. So yeah, and I put the links, all these little buttons right here are the links where you can go to get the people's work and follow them on social media. And then of course you can go to comic book reviews, and then you'll see, man, I have a lot of fun doing these little thumbnails here. You'll see all of my comic book reviews and so forth. All right, so that's everything in one place. And of course you can subscribe, and etc., etc., etc. And I should probably update the about page. That's an old ass picture right there. But this is the comic. I read that comic. I'm sorry, the novel. Speaking of which, let's just go there. You go to Amazon, and you can get my novel Malcolm Mars. As you can see, it's recession pricing, and then you can support this podcast. 3 brothers who are engineers take their families to Mars and build a whole new civilization. All right. Okay, Jonathan Soul, jonathansoul.com. I love you guys. Hope all your dreams come true. Stay safe out there. Still wear your mask. Wash your hands. It don't matter if it's biological weapon or not. You don't want to be sick. So, hand sanitizer. Have your little alcohol spray. You know what I mean? and keep yourself safe, all right? Love you guys. Peace.